Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general collective reading. I think I'm going to pull out another deck. Just please remember to take what resonates and throw out the rest, okay? Okay. So, getting a little bit of traction after a couple days off. The energy of this full moon was definitely transformational for me. I don't know about anybody else, but it made me see some things in a whole different light. Let's see what's going on here. Alright. So. The Magician, the Swing, and the Empress. So, you magically delicious something here. It was like a brand new passionate beginning with the Ace of Wands and the Empress. It's like you transformed something. You passed a test. Yeah, there's the Four of Cups. So, there was something you wasn't seeing about this. Maybe the blessing. Cancer energy, Virgo, Gemini energy with the Libra and Taurus energy in the full moon. Let's see what's going on here. Something that has to do with a boom boom nature. I think you saw it as a brand new beginning because you saw it as an illusion. Yeah. Seven of Cups, Six of Cups, seven of potions in this deck. There's 4 potions. Cups are potions. Needles are swords. Some kind of past illusion about the Three of Swords. Maybe you didn't see this pain that you went through as a blessing, but it was because it allowed you to avoid some kind of abracadabra that was going on in the background here. So whatever that pain that you endured in the past, it brought in something you might not have even seen. Or something you may not have considered before. Immediate future. Knight of Pentacles. Six of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Hierophant. So, some sort of leadership skills here. You're moving on to something that's more stable. Taurus energy with the Hierophant. So the Nine of Pentacles, it's more stable. The energy is more grounded. And you moved away from whatever this illusion was. And it might not have seemed like a blessing at the time. But it was. Because now you're able to move into a more stable energy after you put yourself back together. And you may be working on this right now. So, what is the factors affecting the situation? The Six of Swords. You moved on. Alright? Moved on from heartbreak and love. Three of Swords to the Ace of Cups. I think there was a situation here where you didn't allow yourself to get hurt. Because it was illusory. It was like Maybe even alcohol induced. Who knows? Outside influence. Outside influence. Yeah. This was some sort of contract. It was a lie. 7 of Swords. 8 of Wands. Somebody sending you messages. Hermit energy. You ghosted this person because you knew they was a liar. So I got the Hermit energy, the Knight of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. You ghosted somebody. And now they're like going, ugh, how dare you ghost me? Well, you know, the judgment of the King of Pentacles is solid here. You saw whatever this was as a hindrance to your growth. And you knew that it was possibly a lie. And that's why you just said, you know what? I gotta go. But that's, like I said, that's the reason why it was kind of a blessing, because you've already, it's like you've already been there, done that. It may have been beautiful, but dark. Hopes and fears. But you passed the test of moving on from this. And this other person's like, ugh, you ghost me? Yeah. Homie, don't fall for lies anymore. 9 of Wands as the hopes and fears. You hurt this person's poor little feelings. We have the Tower and the Emperor here. So, like I said, you're showing leadership skills by not allowing this person to emotionally manipulate you. Because that's what they were doing. This person could be somebody who likes to play with people's emotions. You simply weren't having it. 4 of Wands. Said, you know what? I'm good. 3 of Cups, 6 of Wands. So, there may have been a third person involved in this. My guess is they tried to get you to fall for some kind of, yeah. And I feel like this is like a scammer. Like I said, it might have been beautiful, but it was dark. Justice, that full moon in Libra. But I don't think you looked at it as a viable option at this time, because you got too much stability in your life. You got too much to lose by falling for somebody's okie doke here. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the 6 of Swords again. Yeah, it's like, okay, so this could have been a feminine energy presenting some sort of love offer. The Magician on the Magician. So like I said, this person was playing with energy. They could have been in competition with you or something, and they thought that they were gonna magically with you, and they didn't. They didn't. And they're very disappointed that they weren't able to affect your work. They're very upset. Poor thing. They're very upset. They're Five of Cups. That they weren't able to affect something that, like I said, it's stable for you. And you weren't willing to give up. My nose keeps itching. You weren't willing to give up what you have for this trick. And there's scammers everywhere. I do feel like this was... So, they wanted to get you stuck in the Nine of Wands or hurt you in some way. This Emperor wanted to hold you up by the tail and get you stuck on them in the Nine of Wands. Like, he wanted to hurt your feelings. Because that would tie you to them. Virgo, Gemini energy. So it would create an emotional bond. Trauma, but an emotional bond. Because yeah, Four of Pentacles, they wanted to hold on to you. So they were picking a fight on purpose. Yep, Five of Swords and the Eight of Wands. Picking a fight on purpose. How'd that work out for you? Fight. Go look at your own self in the mirror and fight yourself. Because I ain't got time. Life is short. Seven of Cups in the most recent past. Somebody just wanted to win. They didn't care how they won. Yeah, Eight of Swords. So, you being stuck was the illusion. Eight of Swords. You aren't stuck. Eight of Wands. And then Nine of Wands. So this was... Whatever this person was doing was supposed to get you stuck. It was supposed to get, like I said, some sort of a emotional... Yeah, I got it over here on the side, Nine of Wands. Some sort of they were playing with your energy. Playing with your energy. To try to get you stuck in some sort of emotional bond with them. So they sent you this message to try to hurt your feelings. You went, pfft. That's what I see here. I went, pfft. Yeah, okay, whatever. You're still standing on your own 2 feet, showing some serious leadership skills here. King of Cups, emotionally balanced. Star energy and the Queen of Cups. Yeah, baby. That means masculine, feminine, healed. It's healed. Aquarius energy. You could be waiting on some sort of information to come in. Somebody's blocking another person. You could have this person unblock. Yeah, Page of Swords. Or you just simply are not engaging. Because you know this person's a liar. Ace of Pentacles. Whatever you're building, it will grow. Star energy to the Two of Swords. Even if you don't see it yet, it's growing into something stable, something grounded, something you can build on. Aquarius energy again. You might be an Aquarius, or you're dealing with an Aquarius. What is this? Six Swords as the factors affecting the situation. Oh yeah. Painful permanent ending with the Ten of Swords. Because you moved on. Because you went a different way. And that way was the middle way, the balanced way, the temperance way. Sagittarius, Aquarius in the Tower. Somebody's definitely experiencing a tower right now because of the Sword of Truth, because of the Ace of Swords. Because they found out the truth that you are blocking their energy. You're energetically completely blocking this person out. Like they got no kind of control or power over you whatsoever. Like I said, you ghosted this person. You ghosted them hard. Because you know they're a liar. You know they could have been following you around, doing all kinds of shady shit in the background. And you're a whole damn empress, which means you're the high priestess and all four queens in one. Yep, they were using attraction, the swing. Beautiful, but dark. And like I said, Five of Wands in competition with you. Trying to make you wait on your star. A King of Pentacles. You blocked them. You so blocked them. There's the Justice card coming out again on the bottom of the deck. That means this full moon was very, very transformative. You did not allow this person to hurt you. 9 of Wands on the 9 of Wands. They were hoping that this would work. They were hoping that they would be able to hurt you in some way to get you in that 9 of Wands energy to where you're the wounded person instead of being the healer here, and you stepped up. You said, you know what? You take that Ace of Wands and you can put it where the sun don't shine, because I ain't got time, because there's the 3 of Wands here. This person was hoping that you'd fall for this competition. Enemy clever, look over your shoulder. This person's so jealous of anything that you got going on right now. That's why they're a big fat liar. Because they thought that they were going to be able to trip you up during this full moon. What is this 4 of Wands about? And I feel like you see the truth about your 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands on the 4 of Wands. So you know that you got way too much to lose to let this 4 of Cups, 3 of Swords affect you. You know? Maybe you don't have the greatest luck in love. I mean, I'm right there with you. But somebody wanted to interfere and hurt your stability, your wish fulfillment. And they thought by, playing all these games that they were going to be able to do that. But like I said, the lesson learned here is that by you moving on to calmer waters and not even looking back, you triumphed over whatever tricks that this person was trying to pull. I mean, the Magician came out twice. There was a trick, and you went the other way with it. I wish these scammers would get caught. They're all over the world, though. I mean, to pin down one person in a scamming energy is going to be very difficult, because they're all over the world, and once they get your money and it leaves the United States, you're screwed. But you didn't fall for this. The Fool energy. You took the 3rd cup. The Empress. I got choices, you said. I got choices, and I'm going to celebrate my stability and my life just as it is. You weren't willing to get hung up on this person, especially because it was the swing. I'm getting weird energy there. Aries energy. I'm getting like, High Priestess, Empress. You're getting some kind of brand new beginning, because you took the 3rd option. The 9 of Pentacles. You took the 3rd option, which was, I'd do this by myself. To whether I got to juggle or not. Because I ain't got no time. Like I said, this was beautiful, but it was dark. And you didn't fall for it. Good job. It was the abracadabra of this full moon. Yeah, we're way past this, haters. We're way past all this moon magic. Fulfillment of wishes. This is a very positive reading. I like it. Because you took your power back. Triumph over power. 9 Cups. And spiritual strength and prosperity begins. You knew the truth here, but you weren't willing to go down this road. Because you know it would have tripped you up. You know it would have gotten you stuck. And that's why you know, even though you know the truth about this person, I feel like you may have even sacrificed the truth about this person. Maybe even lied to yourself, you know, like it might be worth it, but just like, I'm not willing to sacrifice my truth, which is stability, getting wishes fulfilled, and doing what needs to be done for a lie, for something that's shady, some shady shit. And that was your destiny all along. Growing your wings and balancing out your energy. Yeah, you 8 of Cups, somebody here, and they're suffering in silence as you emotionally withdrew from them. You just, like I said, they wanted to affect something here in your life, and they felt like if they got you hooked emotionally, that would stop you from moving forward. It didn't work. It didn't work. I hope you're happy. I don't think they're happy though. They're actually quite upset. Like I said, red lipstick stains, insecure, don't want to hear it. Because they got some kind of private relationship going on. Who cares? They hate nothing about you, but that you were a fulfillment of some sort of fantasy here. It was the swing. They wanted to, like I said, get you emotionally stuck on them. So, and you like, yeah, okay, whatever, homie. I gotta go. I'm an empress. I'm not wasting. You didn't waste time. Like I said, beautiful but dark. Hot. Popular. Focus. Explorer. Honor. Dignity. Works. Lineage. Awards. Yep. This is what you had to lose, was your honor. No people, the end. Empty room. You left the building, Empress. Leaving the building. Threats, money, life, violence, privacy. What'd I tell you? This person was a big fat liar. Data, backup, digital, electronization. Yeah, this was a big fat scam. They just wanted to get you emotionally caught up so you'd lose some kind of wish fulfillment or brand new beginning here. And you ran away. And they miss you. What do you miss? I mean, I don't even know you like that. Miss, wait, eager. Get away, keep away, give up. Yeah, you washed your hands of this. And now your hands are clean. And they're dirty because they miss you and the threats. Money, life, violence, privacy. They invaded your privacy. They thought they could get under your skin with some kind of threat here. And the threat was, you know what, some kind of emotion. Well, if you don't love me, I'm gonna... Okay, whatever. Give me my keys back. I don't know why I'm hearing that. But I hear, give me my keys back. I want my keys back. Alrighty then. Don't know what that means. Change. You took a gamble. Somebody else took a gamble on you because they was desperate. So they went after a feminine energy with boundaries. Well, you stupid or something? Because that's... That right there is that feminine energy blocking any kind of oncoming motivations. So this could have gone one way or the other. But I feel like it was a last-ditch effort, last desperate attempt to gamble with your feelings. Now this person's overthinking, heartbroken, and hitting rock bottom, falling from grace. Masculine energy, heartbroken. Your happiness is their humility. And there's good news about an awakening. So if there is some sort of relationship possibly coming in, could be with the Four of Wands, but you're longing for a new outlook here. And even though your balance was the defense mechanism, it was supposed to trigger your anxiety in a wave of emotions, and it didn't. You have a longing for a new outlook, a longing for a new outlook on the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands with that brand new beginning with the Fool card. You got no time for this game plan. Now, this person's experiencing some serious emotions. They're all out of whack because your defense mechanism here was to stay balanced. You defended yourself simply by staying balanced and not getting caught up in the emotional anxiety of these illusions. Your inner strength got this hater really pissed off because you're glow up and you're laughing and you're keeping everything a secret. You're like not telling anybody what kind of things you got going on. And now these friends are in crisis as you sit here balanced going woosah. And somebody's very needy and they need anger management. Need anger management. Time to go see your therapist, homie. Like I said, your happiness is their humility here. And I can't make it up. Whoever this masculine energy, male or female, they're very heartbroken and hitting rock bottom because they overthought this. They overshot this. It was a desperate gamble to change the feminine energy here, who had boundaries, who stepped up to her own change instead of, like I said, they invaded your privacy here big time. Could have some stuff on the dark web, but you've got that blocked. I mean, you could have a lock on your phone, you could have a lock on your stuff, and they can't get in your stuff anymore. And they're really pissed off about that. Let them be pissed off about that. You stay protected. You stay guarded. You keep your boundaries in place and leave that room empty. They got nothing. They can't find nothing. Money, life, violence, privacy. They can't find nothing because you're standing in your honor here. And they got private relationships going on. Because they might be hot, but they're dark. They're dark as hell. They want to get you caught up in their darkness, in their web of deceit. Yeah, homie, it didn't work out this time. I got so truth's unveiled in the knot of Isis. So they were trying to get you caught up in a knot, an emotional knot. That would have stopped any kind of a new blessing coming in. Just so you know, whatever you learned in the past here was definitely beneficial for you. It says there are times when appearances of people, places, and things are deceptive. You think? You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. When you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you, you may think there is something wrong with you, but actually you are intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. Trust what you feel and not what appears to be. Absolutely. This is part of your spiritual destiny. This is the knot of Isis. Involves a special relationship with the goddess, the feminine energy. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are deepening your connection to the goddess. Beautiful. So, like I said, whatever trick you just avoided during this full moon in Libra, you balanced it out. You said, yeah, that ain't working for me, so you left the room with your dignity and honor in place. Instead of becoming insecure and ungrounded, you stood your ground. Congratulations. You passed a major test or major roadblock, speed bump here, and you're on your way to success. I like it. Well, those are your messages, my darlings. Please remember to press that like button, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like a personal reading, please contact me at the email address below. Thanks. Bye for now.